Hello again everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a small update for the previous video regarding a fix for Ghosts N Goblins and potentially other games that aren't working so far from the USB stick on the Spectrum. Page 48 of the manual, this was pointed out by a subscriber, or I don't know if he's a subscriber or not, called MegaAce9. The way I got moaned out, I'm not sure if they're a subscriber or not, but I was told I was doing it wrong. And the reason I was doing it wrong was because I read it on a Facebook group and thought instantly I'd share it with you, but apparently this page exists in the manual, which explains it probably better than I did. Now, I didn't know this existed in the manual because who's got time to read a whole manual? At the moment, my life is hectic with hospital visits and making videos and all the rest of it. I possibly could not read all the way through the manual. But there is this handy page, which we're going to read together right now, that will explain the process and maybe a simpler way of doing it. So here we go. It says using custom operating system ROMs. Each of the original ZX Spectrum models had its own version of the Sinclair ZX Spectrum operating system permanently stored within it on a read-only memory or ROM chip. The Spectrum is similar and has its own compatible version of the operating system, which is sufficient for most uses, but does lack a few specialist features found in particular on the later models of the ZX Spectrum. Should you require the use of these additional features and you own the original ZX Spectrum ROM chips, you can put the appropriate ROM image files on a USB stick for the Spectrum to use instead of its own operating system. The ROM image files must be stored in the folder /thespectrum/ROMs/ on your USB stick. The following table gives the file names the Spectrum expects the operating system ROM image files to use for each of the ZX Spectrum models. And then you have below the names of the ROM file names. So that's how they should look. So hopefully this will negate the messing around of adding them individually. But we're going to test that theory just to make sure, because I don't like to put information up on this channel that isn't tested. Even if that last information was quote unquote wrong, I don't think it was wrong because it still got you to where you needed to be. But maybe you won't have to go through that procedure every time to do it that way, as they've built this little feature in. And we have here what we need to put on the stick. So first of all, we're going to put our Ghosts N Goblins game back on. Then we are going to do what it says here, which is create the Spectrum in capital letters, all in one. So we're going to do it the way they say to do it. So we'll create our folder. I'll make sure I do it in capitals as well. So I'm doing this one-fingered because the keyboard is quite a way away from me, so just make sure I'm not spelling it wrong, because that'd be good, wouldn't it? So we've got the Spectrum. Again, I'm going to just make sure that it goes in the same way. So we've got ROMs in all small letters. Okay, so we're going to do it that way. This one will be slightly easier to type. Oh, I've got caps lock on. Good one, Lee. It's hard when you can barely see your keyboard. I've got the microphone right in front of my face. Okay, so then obviously we'll open that up. And we're just going to drag all of these across. And we'll drag all of these across. Just do a quick up and down. 48 ROM, 128 minus 0, 128 minus 1, and then +3 ROMs there. We're just going to double check they're right. 48 ROM, 128 minus 0, minus 1, and +3. So they are all laid out the way they should be there, and hopefully along this path. We can easily check that on the Spectrum when we go into it. So that's what we're going to do in a second. And hopefully everything's going to be the way it should be. So you'll next see me on the Spectrum, and we're going to test whether we can just literally load Ghosts N Goblins now and it works first time. Hopefully, fingers crossed. See you across on the Spectrum in a second. Okay, welcome back. We are now on the Spectrum and we're going to check whether this works. Hopefully it will. So let's check the pathway first. We had / the Spectrum, so we're going to that, that's right. / ROMs, / and then our ROMs. So they should be in the right place. Okay, we're not going to select any though this time. We're just going to go straight in, back up, and try Ghosts N Goblins. So there you go. You don't have to mess around now if you've got these ROMs in the right folder. So thanks to Mega Ace 9 for pointing that out. I don't know if it was just the way you wrote the post, but it sounded like you were having a bit of a go at me for getting it wrong. But maybe it was just the way you wrote the post. I don't know. Sometimes things can come across that way, can't they? But I sensed a little bit of frustration in your voice. But like I said, I haven't had a chance to read the manual. I mean, I've been to the hospital again today, you know, so it's not like I've got that many minutes in the day spare right now. I went to the hospital today for a MRSA swab ahead of a procedure that could involve me having heart surgery. So, you know, it's not exactly an easy time right now. I'm not asking for sympathy so much, but maybe a bit of understanding in the fact that, you know, I'm not always going to see everything. I just kind of saw this post on Facebook and figured it would be a good share for everybody. I'm doing actually better than I was before on this. Oh, and the crow just took me out completely. Should have kept my mouth shut. I don't know if they're going to bring the crop out for this though. I hope they do, but I don't know actually. I don't know if it would look silly like cropped bigger, but I knew I was going to get hit by the way in this one. I just, you know, not worried too much about it. Whoa. I remember when this came out on the ZX Spectrum, I was absolutely blown away because I used to play this game so much in the arcades. Like, I was absolutely obsessed with it. Oh, and even though the ZX Spectrum version, you know, didn't live up at all to the arcades, just to play a game that resembled it was amazing. The only thing I was disappointed about when I played this for the first time was the fact that I absolutely adored the music in the arcades, and obviously you don't get none of that with the Spectrum version. So I was a little bit gutted about that. But other than that, it was just amazing to be able to play this game at home. Oh, that's the only downside to the fire, and he got me. I always thought this guy on the Spectrum in particular looks like a werewolf. It's like, maybe not so much on the actual, you know, arcade game itself, but there he looks like a bit of a wolf man kind of deal. I hate those plants with a passion. Okay, we're not going to keep playing that. I could keep playing for ages. I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to stay off my Spectrum as much as possible until they've brought the fix out for the firmware, but so far I'm still waiting for it. But I thought this video couldn't wait because it's certainly a lot less faff. And I wish I'd read the manual first, but like I said, I just didn't have the time to read the manual. I didn't actually expect, to be honest, that they would put something like this in the manual. So it's very cool. Obviously, Mega Ace 9, who pointed this out, has had more time on his hands than me, or he or she, I don't know, it could be a female, but I'm assuming it's a guy. Has probably got more time on their hands than I have in terms of being able to read the manual. So, yeah, good on you if you can read it from cover to cover. I know it probably doesn't take that long, particularly. There's not a lot of words on each page, but even that, I still haven't had time to read it. You know, it's been all go here since the Spectrum got announced. Really, I've been, you know, doing videos so much, and that's why I had to take a couple of days off over the weekend. But it still doesn't feel like I've had any days off. And ever since I come back, I've been replying to comments. Literally, I was going to my hospital appointment today on the bus. For about an hour I was on the bus and I was sitting there replying to a few comments. It's like, it's never ending, and I love it. You know, I love engaging and everything, but it is like time consuming. So, you know, I do apologise if sometimes I get it wrong in my haste. I just really want to help people as much as possible. And it all stemmed really, I guess, from like accidentally picking Ghosts N Goblins as my game to load up on one of the demo videos of the Spectrum. It's funny actually, isn't it, that it turned out to be one of those games that was going to cause problems. So, but also by causing problems, it's helped to fix the problem as well. So hopefully this video will help. Anyway, guys, that's it for now. I am going to bring a new video out soon, probably in the next few days. We'll see how it goes. Again, I can't make promises. Like I said, I've got this hospital procedure coming up in a few days, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm hoping to try and get this up before then, so we'll see on that one. But hope you're all enjoying your Spectrums. Hope you're having a good week and everything, and I'll speak to you soon. My day you going, everybody. Take care. Bye for now. bye.